I'm breaking my no videos on Saturday rule to address a few comments and make a few clarifications to anybody who is still confused. So first of all, the money is there. The money is going out even right now. There were 2 lawsuits in place. The first one that was about the contingency funds, that was not contested by the Trump administration. They are sending out the 65% of benefits or whatever it is that they said they were going to do. That is going out. Is it going out in a totally chaotic way to the states, and some states are like done and some are not? Yeah, it's total chaos. That's because we have an idiot in chief. But there was a second lawsuit, and that's what's in question right now. That second lawsuit ordered the Trump administration to issue full benefits and to pull monies from other places. Now, that pulling monies from other places thing is where the Trump administration got all worked up. Not because other administrations haven't done this before, not because it probably is fine legally on the merits once it's fully heard, but because they're them and they're just trying to be difficult. So that's when they appealed that judge's decision, Judge McConnell, up to the First Circuit Court of Appeals. The First Circuit Court of Appeals said, sure, we'll hear the merits, but we're not going to stop the order for you to push out the benefits in the meantime. Quite frankly, because they're probably like, how long is this shutdown going to last? We are not going to sit here and mess around with time-sensitive food benefits. But of course, the Trump administration didn't like that and went crying to SCOTUS, and that's when it landed in Ketanji's lap because the First Circuit Court of Appeals is assigned to her. Then she had a decision. If she did not act on it, she risked the panel behind her, the rest of the Supreme Court justices. Remember, there's a conservative majority who are not friendly to either the First Circuit Court of Appeals or democracy, or to the lay people getting their food. And they would have made the decision whether or not to issue a stay on their terms, and most stays are indefinite. So what Justice Jackson did was said, I will issue a stay. The stay will have an expiration of 48 hours after the First Circuit Court of Appeals makes their decision. And she also instructed the First Circuit Court of Appeals to make a quick decision. She wants them to hear the merits about the government's arguments about the precedent of moving those monies around, which again, like, yeah, maybe you could make a case that it's not legal. And as I said in my first video, there have been issues with them doing that with the Department of Homeland Security. But there's also precedent from previous administrations and previous shutdowns doing just that thing to fulfill SNAP benefits because it's technically mandatory spending. In this scenario, she gets the First Circuit Court of Appeals to write an actual opinion with why they think this moving around is okay, which honestly they probably would. And then that starts the clock. The panel behind her, the conservative justices behind her, would have to issue their own overriding stay or whatever within 48 hours. Otherwise, Judge McConnell's original order of send out the full benefits goes live. Justice Jackson is trying to create a scenario where for some period of time, that order is live and enforceable to the Trump administration, and maybe in that amount of time, they can get the benefits out the door. For those of you super angry with her and thinking that she has sold you or your loved ones out, she basically threw her body in front of these SNAP benefits to keep like the rabid conservative dogs behind her on the SCOTUS panel from getting to it. There may even be a scenario where the entire Supreme Court chooses not to hear it at all, chooses not to do a stay at all, and then it would just be up to the original decision of the First Circuit. I get how enraging and infuriating this all is, and it is scary, and it's not fair, and it's not okay. But when I tell you that Justice Jackson is doing the best she can, she is doing everything she can to create a scenario where these benefits go out for November. I mean, she is doing literally everything. Be mad at the right people. Also, in case y'all didn't see my correction in the first video, I had said there were 9 circuits. There are 13 circuits, 9 justices. I was like conflating the numbers. It was late, I'm sorry. But the 9 justices divide the circuits amongst themselves, and that's how it works. And Ketanji's happens to be the First Circuit Court of Appeals. Thank God for this particular case. All right, I'm going to bed.